These are the VRS Direct Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All three pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit IRacing.com.
If you're looking to get serious in sim racing, one of the first things to do is upgrade your wheelbase and pedals. The powerful force feedback in our direct drive wheelbase makes a huge difference, and our highly adjustable precision pedals will give you the consistency you need to improve. So you'll not only get the best value for your money, but you'll also benefit from our quick, local shipping from Australia and save even more. Our transparent pricing has GST included, so there's no nasty surprises at checkout or further customs delays and charges. And if you're near Melbourne, you can simply pick up your hardware from our showroom and get a free product walkthrough from one of our VRS coaches. We offer excellent customer service after the sale, and our hardware is made of the highest quality components. To get yours today, just go to the URL on the screen or click on the button below. But hurry, stock is always limited due to high demand. So if you want to get faster, sooner, VRS is your answer.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be watching from, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back into Infinity Broadcasting, and welcome into the iRacing World Challenge presents the IRWC Rod Knock Cup here this evening for round 8 of Season 1 as we head out to a bit of a prickly area for us to go racing here tonight. Phoenix International Raceway is the home for round 8 this evening. It is going to be an absolutely stellar affair, I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to be in for one hell of a night of racing here out at Phoenix. I'm Hamish Munro, joining you once again, bringing all the action through sight and sound right here on the Infinity Broadcasting channel. A massive thank you to everyone who has watched along with us all season long, and a massive shout out to everyone who has supported the series as well, and the channel too. If you're new here or you've been here for a while, you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that like button, the subscribe, the bell icon too, so you're notified whenever we go racing here on the channel. We're around about 5 or so minutes away from race start here tonight out at Phoenix. The warm-up session to come in just a moment's time here as qualifying will come to an end. Let's have a quick look at our championship standings and just get a lay of the land of how we're leading into tonight's race. Chris Tomlin leads the way, 248 points at the moment, 5 points ahead of Jack Anderson in P2 on 243 points. Kurt Chapman then a further 5 points back in P3 on 238 points. David Lawler then sits in 4th on 231, with Johnny Rowe, the last driver, in the 200s, 220 points in P5 at the moment. He is still within the championship hunt. Jordan Ferguson, Ash DeVries, separated by 1 point at the moment in 6th and 7th. Drew Halloran, 178 points ahead of Aaron Smith on 173. Gravy Taskin makes up our top 10 at this stage on 137. Chris Blanchard, Steve Daniels makes up our top 12. Daniel Harding, Scott Rankin, Luke Crum, Troy Stonestreet, Kyle Gretsch, Jaden Green, Billy Mole, Blake Warboys, Jack Michelson, James Baldwin and Aaron Cooper make up all of our grid here tonight. Can confirm we have a return this week of Jack Michelson and Kyle Gretsch in the field, and the debut of the Lone Shark Mark Howard, who has just head out there for the first time as well. We have got a hell of a lot of laps to do tonight though. 85 pricks of Phoenix, 85 pricks on the cactus here for Phoenix International Raceway as Mr. Michelson gets out there and gets into the wall straight away. Brandon saying no Alexander Ferguson this week. No Alexander Ferguson. This week we have Brexit is Brexit. It is Nigel Ferguson who has taken control of the 21 entry this week. So good to see him out there. Benno3 asking us how long to the start and saying Tosspot Tomlin. I'll let you sort that one out yourself. Jack Horace saying Aaron Cooper sucks. Well, Aaron hasn't raced since round 1. He pulled out after round 1, Jack, so that's why he has not raced all season long. At the moment, though, we've got 12 cars in the field tonight. Nigel going straight to the top, 27.9 here in the warm-up. Got Ash DeVries out there, Jack Anderson as well. Volvo have pulled out of the series. Ford have picked up the driver who was once leading the championship. Volvo deciding to drop him after losing the lead of the title race. After last week's event at Talladega, it was a very important event for that team, and they felt that he just did not do a good enough job to back up their efforts in investing in him all season. So he's been picked up by DeWalt and Stanley, and he is now representing the deep south of the USA, is Jack Anderson here this evening. 39 car. Gravy Taskin back out on the road as well. Finally has picked himself up. Well, I say finally. He was previously racing for the Hooters team. His hometown is still the local Hooters, of course, for Gravy Taskin, but now running the Castrol entry here tonight in the 24 car. Giraffe Michelson makes the return tonight as well in the 26 car. He's picked up some 7-Eleven support to go racing as well. Jack Horace saying bring Gravy on the mic. He's got something to say. We will bring Gravy on the mic in due time, Jack. Don't you worry about that. We will bring the old get some chicken in your gravy onto the stream eventually here tonight as well. Aaron Smith out there too in the Mobile 1 car. Also got Kurt Chapman, DJ Rowe hailing from Fortitude Valley up in Brisbane. David Lawler, Kyle Gretsch, Chop Tomlin, and the Lone Shark Mark Howard out there too. So 12 drivers will contest this Phoenix Raceway here this evening. Got a couple of moments left until the warm-up is over and the race begins here tonight. It's could be a tough race. I mean, trying to cut that dogleg correctly here at Phoenix, having to worry about pit exit and cars coming out of pits. When you cut that dogleg, that could be a major factor as well. These drivers are going to have to take a little bit of caution here tonight if they hope to maximise what they can do on circuit here this evening. I'm excited though. I'm excited for what this race can bring to us here tonight and how the drivers are going to contest this circuit, how they're going to be able to contest each other, and how they're going to just be able to settle into a rhythm. It's a tough track. It's a tough layout as well. If we have a quick look at the track map, we'll see. I mean, there you see it there. It's an odd-shaped oval. Got that big dog leg right after the start-finish line where cars will cross the circuit as they, attack the track. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of line and what sort of strategies are going to be at play here tonight around Phoenix. It's going to be a very interesting prospect for us indeed. I'm excited. 40 seconds left until race start. Oh, as Ferguson just puts it straight into the wall in that 21 car. Brexit is Brexit, but I don't think Brexit's going to be able to help you in that scenario. Ash DeVries as well, king of the upper decker. Zin Machine. Oh, as he plows it straight in the wall too. So it appears these drivers may just be giving up at the end of the warm-up here. The clock just trickles on down. And we look to get started for this race here this evening. It's going to be a wild one. It's going to be a fun one. One that you do not want to miss. You've picked the right time to come here. Who would want to watch the Bombers get destroyed by the Saints when you can watch some Rod Knott Cup action here tonight? It's going to be spectacular. White flag's out for the warm-up. It is done and dusted. And we now head into race start procedure. As well, when will Zin sponsor him? Yeah, they are sponsoring him. Zin is sponsoring him, Rhiannon. He's got the Zin sponsorship, does the King of Upper Deckers. There he is right there in his Zin machine. Starting grid, though, for tonight's race will be as follows. Giraffe Michelson will start pole alongside Jack Anderson at the front of the field. Kurt Chapman, David Lawler making it all. Project 36, second row of the grid. Chris Tomlin and Chop Tomlin, Logan Shark, Mark Howard. Then for the top six, Kyle Gretsch, DJ Rowe, Aaron Smith, Ash DeVries, Gravy Taskin and Nigel Ferguson make up our 12-car starting grid here this evening out at Phoenix International Raceway. And these cars will look to get started as we light it up. We mentioned that next season will be right around the corner as of September. We'll be going racing. The sign-ups will be going live this weekend for next season. We'll be going Next Gen Cup car racing in the Next Gen NASCARs. We'll run through the calendar a little bit later on in this race. It looks to be an absolute doozy for next season. As I said, sign-ups will be going live this weekend for not only current drivers, but the public as well. We want to open it up to everyone. But as we get ready to go green flag racing here at Phoenix, pace cars into pit lane. Michelson, Anderson on the front row. Who's going to get the jump? And who is going to reap the benefits of 85 laps of Phoenix as we go green flag running. A solid start on that opening lap by the race leader Michelson. Got the jump early over Anderson there. There's been a bit of swapping and changing of positions in the background as DJ Rowe goes into the wall. That's a turntable that he would not want to experience. Cars are crossing over the pit exit. It's still a green flag at the moment. Right here at Phoenix International Raceway. Anderson now under pressure from Chapman. Lawler right there as well. Tomlin in amongst this battle too. These four cars all amongst the championship battle this season. And they'll be hoping to walk into Daytona in 2 weeks' time leading the title race if they can. They've got to deal with Phoenix tonight, Echo Park next week out of Atlanta. Then we head out to Daytona International Speedway in 2 weeks' time for the final round of the Rodnock Cup this season. Speaking of final rounds, coming up this Monday night, 7:50 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, right here live on Infinity Broadcasting, the IRWC presents the VRS Virtual Racing School Porsche Cup Series, racing out of Detroit Belle Isle for the new finale race format. 2 30-minute feature races to come your way this coming Monday night, as Simon Mazzomo looks to go back-to-back as champion, but he's being challenged by Sam Muir. Myself and Brenton O'Brien in the booth for that one. Giraffe and Jack running forward here, getting a good base of operations in this race thus far. Good little gap starting to form back to Chapman. It is already starting to heat up. Project 36, Brendan Griffiths joining us in the chat tonight. Great to have you out there, Brendan. Great to have you along with us. Disregard when it's saying that people are pitting, by the way, on the tower. Majority of the time, it's drivers crossing the pit exit as they come round that first corner. Lone Shark Mark Howard, not too bad a start. Down 1 position at the moment, in behind Ash DeVries as they battle away. The Zin Machine versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles entry. The 292 versus the 22. In an intensifying battle right on the dogleg of Phoenix. DeVries just trying to etch his way ahead. Very focused was DeVries here tonight. He was putting the work in during practice. In fact, deafened himself in Discord. This guy wants another win. He wants a solid performance on the board. And he is putting in the time for his sponsors, including Zins. Loves an upper decker, and he'd love to be on the upper step of the podium by the end of this race. Here this evening, Kyle Gretsch just ahead of him. Has now dropped the HRT moniker, now races for Dynaco. So will we be calling him the King after we exit Phoenix International Raceway here this evening for the 19 car. David Lawler, Kurt Chapman, these guys running together once again, of course. Teammates very, very focused. Solid performances all throughout the season. There's a reason why they're 3rd and 4th in the championship, and only a couple of points behind the championship leader of Chop Tomlin, who is further back in the field tonight in the 212 car. A poor performance tonight could see him drop massive points to the championship contenders. There's a Lone Shark up the inside, takes the receipt and steals the position there from Ash DeVries. Don't know they're focused. Well, they're focused on some things, Brendan. I don't know what else they might be focused on. They are battling away at the moment. Anderson not too far up the road from them. Michelson, who's not going to have any effect on the championship this season. Well, he could have an effect in terms of taking points from drivers, stealing points from them by winning races. It's bad, but like are as blue as the Dynaco cars. Might want to go and get that checked out. Burnout 3, might want to go and get that one checked out. Very important that you do male health checks down there, and if they're blue, well, you should probably go to speak to a doctor or go to a local medical facility as soon as possible. John Tomlin, though, battling away with Ash DeVries at the moment. He's refusing to run that dogleg line. Here's Tomlin. He's trying to run sort of a mid-line here. Maybe trying to conserve the tyres a little bit, possibly. He's in a tight battle here with Nigel Ferguson and Ash DeVries. Remembering these two cars are separated by 1 point in the championship. So there's a lot of pressure between them both. As here comes Ferguson on the inside of Tomlin. Can he get the move done at turn 4? You'd think he might be able to do it. DeVries maybe just going to cut across him. And there goes Tomlin, forced to take the dogleg just to try and defend against Ferguson here. And Nigel can't do much about it. And he doesn't want to actually be like England and be like Brexit and back out of the European Union. He doesn't want to back out of this battle. He'll have to stay in it as long as possible. He hopes to pull something out of it. 13 laps in, though, of 85. We're on to the 13th lap in this race. Giraffe Michelson leading the way by 3.55 seconds over Jack Anderson. David Lawler, Kurt Chapman in behind. Then there's Kyle Gretsch, Lone Shark Mark Howard, back into 6th place where he started this one. Chop Tomlin has now got ahead of Ash DeVries. Nigel Ferguson wants to move as well. Can he get through on the Zin machine and put it into a lower decker position? As DeVries runs a bit wide. Here comes Ferguson, takes the spot in the Brexit Camry. And now DeVries looks to be under pressure. He's in the background, Gravy Taskin. One of the crowd favourites in the field. We know we got a lot of love for Gravy out there in the chat. Keep it coming. Get into the chat tonight. Hit that like button, and if you're watching post live broadcast, get into the comments section as well. It's a great way to support the series. It's a great way to support the channel, and we would so appreciate it. And it is, of course, free. Doesn't cost you a thing. If you're watching over on Twitch, be sure to hit the follow button as well. We'd love to get to 50 followers over on Twitch. That'd be fantastic. We're at 204 subscribers here on YouTube, and my heart is warmed by that prospect as well, so thank you all so much. Lap 16 of 85, so we're getting closer and closer to the quarter way mark of this race. No cautions just yet. It's been green flagged the whole way, but look at how tight it's getting for P2. Anderson under mammoth pressure here from David Lawler. DJ Rose involved in this too, but he's not involved in the position battle. He's a lap down. Intensifying is the battle for P2 as Lawler goes up the inside. Takes the spot from the DeWalt car of Jack Anderson. Can Chapman get the job done as well? And all of a sudden he'll have the likes of Lone Shark, Mark Howard, Kyle Gretsch. And Nigel Ferguson eventually be bringing down his neck to as Aaron Smith gets caught up by these guys as well now. So more lap traffic as there's contact with Gretsch and Smith into the wall, and it's a caution thrown here out at Phoenix. First caution of the race. So Michelson's lead is about to be null and void. And we'll see if anyone comes into pit lane. One of the coolest features of this track, you've seen on the right-hand side. That cactus right there at the start-finish line turns yellow whenever we have a caution. It's fantastic. Little details like that really makes getting onto iRacing worth it. So Lawler, Anderson, I wonder who's going to pit under this caution period. I wonder who will come in and take maybe just some fuel. Maybe not tyres, but maybe just some fuel. It is a free pit stop. They have to wait until they catch the iRacing safety car, which they have done so now, before the pit lane will open. It is currently closed. This stage, let's see, can we see the pit exit? Helpful. Absolutely helpful. Right, let's drag in. Oh, who do we drag in? Let's drag in. Let's have a look. Mr. Taskin, how are you?
Very good. How are you, Hamish?
Gravy train.
I'm doing very well. I've dragged you in just for a quick chat. Struggling for a little bit of pace out there. You were starting to catch the train then. Are you planning on coming into pits now under this caution?
Nah.
Okay.
Don't need it yet.
No, fair. Well, I mean, it is a free pit stop. You will take some fuel, and you are at the back of the field. It could be worth coming into pit lane when it does open.
Yeah.
Just don't take tyres.
So you reckon I should take a
I think you should take a fuel stop
now.
here. Yeah, fuel stop. No tyres. Make sure it's open before you come in. Of course. Although I think the restart's about to happen, so you might be a bit late on that one. You might have to wait for the next caution. If there's another caution thrown, I would come in for fuel for sure. Before we let you go, just quickly, chicken and gravy.
Nice.
You want some chicken?
Come take some of my chicken.
All right, Gravy, best luck on the restart.
That's all right, mate. Thank you.
Pace car is in, and we will look to get restarted here at Phoenix. I'm not sure how Kurt Chapman has lost his front bumper on board that car. Lawler and Michelson on the front row as we get ready to go. Green flag running at Phoenix. First lap under green, Michelson got away good. Lawler now putting the pressure here on Anderson off the restart as well. Chapman struggling for some pace without that front bumper on board that Ford Mustang. Tomlin is hot on his heels. Gretsch is right there as well. So's the lone shark, Mark Howard. Ready to repossess any little move that he can. Nigel Ferguson battling away as well as Anderson and Lawler battle for P2. Lawler gets it through on Anderson. But Ando coming straight back at him at turn 4. Great move there. So interesting what the strategies are going to be now, because it's a pure scramble in the background as they race for P4. Gretchen Tomlin getting door to door there. The lone shark Mark Howard trying to sneak on by. Can he get the job done? Down and towards turn 4 here at Phoenix. Tomlin look for the switch back. But keep an eye out for the likes of De Vries and co. Look at the scrambling of position for these drivers. Ferguson in there too. They're 3 wide. There's contact with Howard and with Gretsch. They somehow survive it. Somehow they kept the car on the straight and narrow. And it is really starting to build to a possible crescendo of a mass accident, 4 wide action. These drivers are going to be careful. They don't get caught into any trouble whilst they're racing around. Of course, we have special comments as well coming your way via satellite here tonight from a special little gecko friend of mine. Mr. Sir, do you have any special comments you'd like to make? Very good. Anything else? Wonderful. All right. Well, now that we got that joke out of the way, as horrible as it was. Jack Anderson sitting P2 at the moment. David Lawler fighting alongside as they race up towards the tri-oval and cross over the dogleg. Anderson got some good pace going in that car. Tomlin starting to chase them down. Ferguson under massive pressure from De Vries. The Zinmeister himself putting pressure onto Nigel Ferguson. Then there's the lone shark, Mark Howard, in behind them as well. Josh Schultz in the chat with us saying chop for the win tonight. Time will tell if he can get there. Time will tell if the 2-1-2, the leader of the championship, can get to the top step of the podium. He's currently losing points to 2 of the 3 other championship contenders, closely contested with him at the moment. As Lawler has now gotten through on Anderson. There's Michelson, our race leader. Then there's Lawler and Anderson battling away as well. Who threw the parachute at the back of Kurt's car? Well, I'd say the problem is it's not a parachute at the back. It's probably the massive hole on the front of his car that's doing the most damage at the moment to the 916's pace. He is really struggling for grip out there. Should have come into pit lane under the caution. No point coming in now under green. But he is chewing up time at the moment. If we get another yellow flag flown, that there could be race ending for Kurt Chapman if he doesn't come into pit lane, which he has cost himself before by doing that. Oh man, what a battle they've got going here. Lawler to Tomlin and Anderson as well. No, that's extra cooling. It might be extra cooling. It's not extra pace as Anderson knocks off the wall and into the door of Tomlin. Gives him a little wrestle down to the low line there. Ferguson now trying to take advantage and get through on the DeWalt car. I think that's a Watsits logo on the back of it. Can the Brexit machine make his way through to the podium position here, the Toyota Camry? Be the second Camry onto the podium if he can do so. Michelson is leading the way in one. They're doing a fantastic job thus far. 33rd lap of 45. Sorry, 33rd lap of 85, to apologise. Probably trouble with the engines at Project 86. Yeah, possibly an engine issue. Here comes Mark Howard on the inside of Chop Tomlin, battling away down at turn 3. As they run in towards 4, how many guys are going to try and get on a Chop skin while he's on probation? Probably 11 of them out there, I would say. Brendan, I'd say they'd all take their crack at it, knowing that he can't really respond in a overly aggressive manner. He can't do anything too untoward, of course. That's what probation is. He has to be fair about it. He's battling hard here with Mark Howard, which is great to see. Jack Anderson just ahead of them as well. This battle really heating up. Now for P4 as Nigel Ferguson has got through. I expect nothing less when running forwards. Well, you know, supercars land, the Ford engine, of course, is known to be a little bit explosive. At least last season wasn't so reliable. This season, not too bad. This is one of our closest battles on track, though. It's all for P4 on the road. Chop Tomlin, Mark Howard, Jack Anderson separated by barely a 15th here in the 85 pricks 85 pricks on a cactus out at Phoenix International Raceway. Should have picked an easier race name for myself there. Failed to do so. There's the Lone Shark up the inside now of Anderson. He reaps the benefits. He gets the tax cuts. And he manages to find himself in P4 now. Great pace from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles car. He hasn't found any splinters on this cactus just yet. He's managed to keep himself in a sewer pool of competition up and amongst the top 6 all race. He's done very, very well for himself. Further back in the field, well, I'm about to say further back in the field, but Anderson and Tomlin are so closely contested. And it looks to be they've decided it for the moment. Chapman is still holding on to the back of Gretsch here. He's looking for a pass, but he just doesn't quite have the pace to match him without that front end on the car. Now, these guys should go around about 43 to 45 laps on a tank of fuel in this race. And we've gone green the majority of the way. Only one caution thus far here at Phoenix, and that has really suited the Giraffe, Jack Michelson, at the front of the field. 10.5 seconds is the gap. Back to David Lawler, who's now got Nigel Ferguson on his heels. Looks to go up the inside of David here if he can. Fantastic pace off of this car. Runs onto the dogleg there. You can kind of see Lawler on his outside. And Nigel gets the position. With David Lawler up into P2. Goes the Brexit man. Of course, he loves Bovril. Loves Gentleman's Relish as well on his toast. Looks to continue this race forward. Maybe chase down some of the gap the Giraffe has at the front of the field. Anderson now in a world of his lonesome. He's got Tomlin just ahead of him. Then there is the Lone Shark. 3 seconds up from them. P4 on the road at the moment. Doing an incredible effort in this race. As Jack Anderson comes into pit road. So Ando's in. Early stop for him. Let's see if he takes some rubber on the right side of that DeWalt Mustang. It is a long, long pit lane here. He will likely go a lap down whilst pitting under yellow or under green. That there is a massive, massive clench moment for Chop Tomlin. DJ Rose in, Kyle Gretsch is in as well. So pit stops happening here for the whole field. Anderson leaves pit lane. Took some tyres on that stop. What about Tomlin? Does he take tyres as the Lone Shark and David Lawler are both in? We've got pit lane comments coming from Mr. Lizard. What are they saying down there? Very good. So apparently, just to translate for everyone out there at the moment, so Tomlin, Anderson, Gretsch, and DJ Rowe have all taken tyres. Aaron Smith still needs another stop. He stopped on lap 18, so we expect him to come into pit lane as well. Lawler and Lone Shark are both in right now. It's tyres for Howard. He's taking all four. Taking all four tyres. Delightfully Cara in the chat. Saying at first I thought, well, League is running right now. Then I heard the accent. Shout out from across the pond in Texas. Great broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us here, Cara. Great to have you along with us for tonight's event. Round 8 of the Rod Knock Cup this season. Giraffe Michelson into pit lane. So the race leader in. Let's see how they all situate. Lap 46 of 85. And that there is a massive mistake from Kurt Chapman, who was already low down the order from early damage on board that Mustang. That is going to cost him a world of time. Anderson has now got back onto the lead lap. Let's see where he ends up in comparison to Nigel Ferguson as Michelson looks to leave pit lane now. There goes Ferguson. He's just dropped. Where is Anderson? He's on the back straight. So I don't think he's going to get Nigel, but he has jumped Lawler and Tomlin in that stop. A great effort there from the DeWalt car. Worked out really, really well for him. Project 36, Kurt Chokin. Yep, that's becoming his name. That is becoming his name at this point. Kurt Chokin. Missed that pit box, and that's cost him big time. Alexander Durakas in the chat as well. Let's go Taskin. We had a chat to him earlier on. It was a great time talking to Gravy. If you are joining us for the first time tonight, or you've been here for a little while, well, first of all, thank you for joining us here on Infinity Broadcasting. It's a massive, massive support. I'm Hamish Munro. If you're joining us for the first time, hit that subscribe button, the like button as well, and the bell icon so you're notified whenever we go racing. So much racing action to come your way across the weekend. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we bring you the Race Car Simulations V8 Veterans action for Split 2 in Season 24 round, I don't know what round it is now, round 8 for that series. Out at, where did we go racing? Out at the Bend. So we went racing out at the Bend as we just fix up Kurt Chapman's name to Kurt Chokin. And then, yeah, as I said, Monday night, Australian Eastern Standard Time, 7:50 p.m. Final round of the IRWC VRS Metro Racing School Porsche Cup Series. Myself and Bretton O'Brien in the booth for that one. Saturday's broadcast for the Supercars will be myself and Scott Gamble in the broadcast booth for that one as well. Giraffe Michelson leads the way at the moment, 14.5 seconds over Nigel Ferguson. Then Jack Anderson in behind him, Chop Tomlin, David Lawler, Lone Shark Mark Howard, Ash DeVries, Kurt Chokin, Kyle Gretsch, who's just gone round. And it's a yellow flag scenario. It is a caution. My God. What pressure this could now put on the field. Could be straightforward. but it could also be chaos as well as they decide what they're going to be doing. We'll be back very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen, with more action from the IRWC Rod Knock Cup. I'm going to take this opportunity to give a quick thanks to VRS, our title sponsors of the Porsche Cup Series, and to iRacing as well. Don't go anywhere. IRWC Rod Knock Cup from Phoenix International Raceway. We'll be back very, very soon after these short messages.
These are the VRS Dark Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All three pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
We are back live from Phoenix International Raceway, ladies and gentlemen, for the IRWC Rod Knock Cup, round 8 of season 1. We've got 2 rounds to go this season on board the ARCA cars before we head on to next generation next season. We'll be racing at Echo Park next week in Atlanta, and then Daytona International Speedway in 2 weeks' time. Rod Knock Cup, though, will light up Phoenix International Raceway once again as they enter towards the restart zone, and we get ready to go. Green flag running right here out at Phoenix. Oh my God, it is another big incident. Kurt Chokin into the wall. And that is Aaron Smith as well. It is a second yellow flag in a row. How has this happened down here at the Tri-Oval, right on the dog leg? Oh, bit of overlap and bang, straight into the wall. For the 916, he got straight back on the lead lap after that last caution. He's now about to go a lap down again. Big moment there. Let's drag in Mr. Oh, are we going to drag in here for this restart just before? Let's have a quick chat to Jack Anderson. I deliberately had you muted for that one there, Jack Oz. How are you feeling at this point of the race, Mr. Anderson? Been a tough one for you, swapping and changing positions all throughout. Second caution in a row here, the third of the race, after a massive incident. How are you feeling, though, going to this next period?
Yeah, the contact with the 69 where he kind of turned down. I know he didn't mean it, but I might have scared him by going and taking the dog leg, taking him by surprise. That caused damage, which ended up burning my tyres off pretty badly.
Well, wave round's happening at the moment. Mr. Gretsch has just gotten back on the lead lap. We've also officially got a nickname now for Kurt Chapman as well, at the beautiful behest of Brendan Griffiths. He's now known as Kurt Choking after missing his pit box in pit lane. So that's
so that's what happened.
Yep, he missed
We were
his
all
pit
wondering
box.
what happened.
Yep, he had to reverse back, and it cost him a heap of time. Plus, he had already had damage, and then he's just been involved in an incident. What's your plan going to be for this restart? Because we know that the Giraffe's an absolute sweat, and he's about to probably try and break away very quickly from you. Is there anything you can do to challenge him, or are you more focused on maintaining position and gaining points over the contenders behind you?
Oh, look, it's all about the long game, isn't it? So it's not like we have stages or anything like we're going to bring in next season. So if it was that, maybe I would go for more stage points to help me in the playoffs. But yeah, since we don't have it this season, just going to raw dog it, I guess, and see how we go. Also, shout out to Gravy for being, I believe, in last or second last.
Yeah, he's back there. Also, shout out to Paul Taskin as well as always.
Oh, big ups, Paul.
Big ups, Paul. Right, well, thank you so much, Jackals. Best of luck off this restart, and good luck challenging the Giraffe right in front of you.
All right, thanks, Hammer.
Thanks, mate. All right, here we go. Restart procedure to happen once again. It's now going to be a single file restart after that collision that caused the caution on our green flag lap. After the second caution of the race, this is now the third of the race. We'll be going on to lap 59 here at Phoenix. Let's see what the scramble is like this time when we go green flag at Phoenix International Raceway once again. A solid start from the leaders. Looked really, really good for Michelson once again. Ando went right with him. So did Ferguson. Somehow the Project 36 cars are back together again, and Kurt Chokin is back onto the lead lap as well. Ash DeVries, Chop Tomlin, Lone Shark, Mark Howard, and Kyle Gretsch are all the cars left on the lead lap. DJ Rowe, Gravy Taskin are not left on the lead lap. They are at least a lap down, and Aaron Smith is back in pit lane as well. Just noticed that. Okay. I see. Okay, so Delightfully Cara is not actually this person's name who is commenting as Cara. I forgot my wife changed their YouTube name. Lol. I was wondering why it was popping up her name. Lol. Well, whatever your mystery name is, good person in the chat, join us in the Discord. I have linked it in the chat. Join us in the Discord. Sign-ups for next season will be going live this weekend. So get signed up and you can come racing with us next season in the Next Gen Cup cars. I did mention we were going to be talking about the calendar for next season, and it looks to be an absolute doozy. It has been made up by fellow admin Jack Anderson, who we just spoke to actually, as we have 24 laps to go here at Phoenix. So for next season, starting on the 19th of September, Australian time of course, we'll be racing out at Echo Park at Atlanta for 80 laps, and we'll be heading out to Homestead, Miami for the 69 nice laps of Vice City for round 2. Bristol Dirt Circuit for 155 laps in round 3, 50 laps of Pocono in round 4, 80 laps of Chicagoland for round 5, Texas Motor Speedway returns for 78 laps, Chicago Street Circuit for 30 laps in round 7, Nashville Super Speedway in round 8 for 84 laps, Sonoma Short Circuit for 35 laps in round 9, and then we end it all 50 laps of Dega in round 10 on the 21st of November this year, as Kyle Gretsch has gone into the wall once again. Unfortunately, he's just parked it up there on the straight. Will it bring out a caution? I'm unsure. I'll put it in there again for you. Just double check that you've got live chat turned on. I might also not be posting it because I'm on my personal channel. Let me change to the broadcasting channel. I should let me do it. The broadcasting channel, yeah, that's fine. Okay. So the broadcasting channel should let me do it. There we go. Now you've got the link. So it's going to be a massive season next season. 10 rounds, starting on the 19th of September, ending on the 21st of November. Going to be a massive run and a massive end to our championship for next season in next-gen machinery as well. So the ARCA cars will get put away in the locker for a little bit. We'll bring the next gens out to play for next season of the Rod Knock Cup. And we may very well just change car types each season just to get a feeling and try out some new stock cars across the piece. It means we may go racing in some Legends cars in future, as in the 87 NASCAR Legends cars. We may go racing, we may go short track racing in the regular Legends cars. We may go racing in the trucks. We may go racing in the Xfinities. Anything is possible here in the Rod Knock Cup. And you're bound to get a whole heap of different race styles, a whole heap of different track types, and a whole heap of different opportunities to go oval racing in a fun league. Unlimited fast repairs. We want everyone to rock up on the Friday night, have a bit of fun, and get out there and racing and enjoying some wonderful oval action once again. And the bonus is as well, the winner of the Rod Knock Cup gets free entry into either the VRS Porsche Cup Series or the IRWC GTE Championship for next season. Or they can combine the two and get a half off both of them, worth $25 Australian. That there could be a big bit of savings for them going into next season. Jack Anderson at the moment though, P2, trying to chase down Giraffe Michelson. 3.5 seconds up the road. It's 17 laps to go here at Phoenix. We've had 3 cautions thus far. Nigel Ferguson in P3. Kurt Chokin ahead of David Lawler for our top 5. The Lone Shark, Mark Howard, chasing them down. Back where he started this race in P6. Chuck Tomlin down 2 at the moment in the 212 machine. Ash DeVries in P8 ahead of DJ Rowe. Gravy Taskin. Kyle Gretsch is out of this one. And Aaron Smith is back out there and cutting laps once again, staying in it. It is going to be Pontiac Sauce. I mean, possibly. That might be far down the line. Bet out the Pontiac Sauce. That might be far in the future, but we're not opposed to it. Not opposed to running the Pontiac Solstice for some fun on a Friday going forward. And it means as well, I mean, just because we race on the Friday night, it doesn't mean that we're not possibly going to be running more fun nights per week, maybe a Saturday night. It'll probably be unbroadcasted if it was a Saturday night, but just for a bit of fun. Head out there, have a nice race around with some drivers as well. Closest battle on track at the moment is this one with Nigel Ferguson and Kurt Chokin. They've got Jack Anderson just up the road from them. 15 laps to go here at Phoenix. Giraffe Michelson looks to have this one locked out for Solstice at the Chili Bowl. Oh my God. You're just giving me ideas now for a charity race, boys. I mean, come on. We're getting a solid plan of attack here for some charity racing. That just sounds fantastic. Chokin and Ferguson battle away. Lawler dropping spots here to Chop Tomlin and the Lone Shark, Mark Howard. So dropping pace is David Lawler for some reason. It's a yellow flag, that is why. I'm unsure why. Oh, no, it's not Kyle Gretsch's moment. Was it David Lawler that actually caused the yellow flag? Oh, it was indeed. Mark Howard made just slight contact with him after the fact when they got going again. Oh my God, look at the strat. Tomlin, Lawler in, taking tyres on this stop. DeVries is following them in as well. Late entry into pit lane. This could be a giga strategy from Tomlin, Lawler and DeVries. This could be mega. It could be race changing. Could be changing of the guard, changing of the position for some drivers as well. Let's quickly drag in Chop now that he made his pit box. Chop, I've got to ask, purely strategy based, it has to be. Tyre change, I'm sure. Only taking right side, or you're taking all 4? Fair enough. Good chat. Apparently not wanting to talk to me during the race. See how it is? Fair enough. So, Michelson will lead us away once again. Good chat. I mean, like, thanks, Chop.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Good way to get out of the chat, I guess. Oh, he's in the green room now. Hello, Chop. Can you talk now?
Yeah. I was talking. I forgot that I had my microphone muted.
Oh, good job. Good job.
I know,
Good chat.
I know.
So right
Yeah,
sides,
just
I
rights.
assume?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, right sides. Didn't have much tyre wear at the end of the last stint, so 10 to go. Thought we'll throw a set of rights on and hopefully can make up a few spots. Bit hard on tyres, but we'll see how we go.
We'll see how it pays off for you. P5 at the moment. We'll have to quickly let you go as you're about to get restarted again. Best of luck off this restart period. We'll see how you go across the next 10 laps.
Cheers.
I could have deliberately put him back in the general chat then. He wasn't even in there before. He was in his own team channel. The temptation then just to fill him with voices in his head would have been fantastic. But about to get restarted for 10 laps to go at Phoenix International Raceway. Giraffe Michelson has led the whole way here tonight. Jack Anderson alongside him. Nigel Ferguson, Kurt Chokin, Lone Shark, Mark Howard, and Anderson has been dumped by Ferguson off the restart. It is a yellow flag once again. My God, didn't even make the start line. I don't even think the lights changed on the cactus. Oh my God, that there, instantaneous. Instantaneous. Cut across and into the wall. And into pit lane goes Anderson. Let's have a quick chat to the man whose nose he cut off, Jordan Ferguson. Mr. Ferguson.
Hello. Yes.
So Ando just turned straight in front of you then, didn't he?
He did, yeah. I mean, I was as far left as I could possibly be, and yeah, he even admitted it himself though, and took fault for it, and yeah, just thought he could get a better restart and get in front of me, but yeah, just didn't work out for him, unfortunately.
Well, I made the crude claim, we won't tell him this, I made the claim that you actually dumped him before I looked back at it. Because that's what it looked like, but it happened that quick. We went green, and then it was immediate yellow. I said I don't even think the cactus had time to change colour. It was that instantaneous. And I thought,
I didn't even realise, being honest, mate.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, it went green, and then I just had a car flying left across the front of my car, so...
Here arrives DeWalt Tools by Stanley, right in front of you. I think the only other...
It was good advertisement.
Well, the more ironic part would have been if Michelson had dumped him in the DeWalt car.
True.
So,
True, that is very true.
Yeah.
If you have a contract.
Strategy for the restart now. I mean, P3, you got Kurt Chokin right in front of you. Michelson up ahead of him. Bit of lap traffic to deal with as well. What's the strat going to be here off the restart?
Well, with it being a single file, it's just going to be, first of all, defend position, and then just try and ride out the rest of the race. It seems as if you save the tyres, then it benefits you towards the end, but I suppose we've only got a few laps left, so full send.
Well, hopefully you can defend it as well as Boris Johnson would defend a vegan sausage roll from Greg's. Best of luck on the restart, Jordan. We look forward to seeing how you go.
Thank you very much, mate.
So, Giraffe Michelson will have control of the field once again. We'll go restart zone here out at Phoenix International Raceway. Single file restart for the 5th caution of the race, the 5th restart period as well. Can we keep it clean from here? Can we make it 6 laps in a row under green flag conditions? That there has cost Jack Anderson massively in this championship. It means that Chop Tomlin, Kurt Chokin, and David Lawler will all gain big on him in this one. Green flag is out at Phoenix, and we're restarted once again as drivers scramble for position. Ferguson already dropped spots off the restart. to Lawler and Chop Tomlin there. Oh, big contact in behind. It's another bit of contact for Anderson, and it's another yellow flag. Another caution is thrown, and was that contact with the loan shark, Mark Howard. And I have a feeling there may have been a receipt or something off with the books if he had to claim a receipt on dumping him like that. Wow, wowee. What a moment in this race. Anderson cannot catch a break. This will now give Gravy Taskin a wave around. We'll get him back onto the lead lap.
Gravy train.
As he will look to get going once again. Where did Kurt come from? No idea, to be honest with you. He didn't pit under the last 2 cautions ago to get tyres. He pitted at 55, and somehow he's just stayed here, and he stayed amongst it. Now we may go green, white, checkered here, depending on how long this period takes us. In fact, I think we are going to go green, white, checkered, because if the lights on the safety car go out on the next lap, it'll then reset from 2 to go to 3 to go, and we'll go 1 lap longer here and do 86 pricks on the cactus here tonight out at Phoenix International Raceway. Taskin gets his lap back, gets back onto the lead lap as well. Anderson would love a late break caution to get onto the lead lap and have any hope and any semblance of overtaking Tomlin or Lawler or Chokin further up the field. Can any of them challenge Michelson though at the front? With fresh rubber on board their cars, it's going to be a massive pressure moment once again here for the Rod Knock Cup. So will we get the pace car coming in this next lap? We will. So Lee Barker in the chat with us as well. Chop is deaf on the best of days from Dan. He really is. He really is. So it is going to be a green, white, checkered scenario. It says 3 to go right now. It'll remain at 3 to go even when they get restarted here in a moment's time. So let's see who reaps the benefits of the strategy plays here tonight at Phoenix. Pace cars in. Green, white, checkered. We're into overtime here at Phoenix. Michelson has had it his way the whole race. Is it going to remain that way when we go green flag running once again? We look to go 1 lap longer tonight. 86 pricks of the cactus instead of 85. It rhymes a bit better when it's 6. Restart zone, green flag, overtime at Phoenix as we get underway again. Oh, that there is a massive incident. That was a massive incident. Aaron Smith in the wall as well. Will it call the caution? It was Anderson who was involved. It has stayed green. So we're going to get the white flag. 1 to go at Phoenix when Michelson crosses the line. 1 more lap left to run. As Michelson, who has dominated the whole race on board the 26 car. Chokin, P2, Tomlin up to P3. Can he hold it out to the checkered flag as they run round turn 4 for the final time at Phoenix? And the Giraffe will rise to the top and take home victory lane here in the 86 pricks of the cactus. Chokin comes home P2. Lawler just got home in the end air to Tomlin. De Vries P5, Nigel Ferguson, the Lone Shark, Mark Howard, DJ Rowe, Gravy Taskin, Jack Anderson, Aaron Smith. The 11 cars left in this race, but it's victory lane for the 26 car. It's a slurpee of points for the 7-11 entry, and it's a race win for Jack Michelson. Let's have a look at this checkered flag for Tomlin and for Lawler. Actually, it wasn't even that close. He just got ahead of him prior to 4 and took the position. But De Vries nearly got him in the end. That was actually very close. Very, very close for Tomlin compared to De Vries. Wow, what a race. What a race we have just seen on our hands. That was one of the most spectacular races we have seen all season. And it all started 86 laps ago when we got going. David Lawler is in the green room, so is Michelson. Let's drag in Mr. Lawler for a quick chat. David, congratulations. P3 on the road here tonight. A fantastic race from yourself and from the now called Kurt Chokin, who nearly threw that one away in pit lane. Somehow he copped P3 or P2. Oh, David, you're from Engadine. You haven't shut yourself at Macca's, have you?
No, I was shitting gravy just before the race, though. 3 times in the 15 minutes before the race I went. Yeah, it's a bit of a crook gut, so it's a good result to get that after that.
Well, could have gone down the toilet for you a couple of times there.
Well, I almost did on the last lap.
Well,
Chop wasn't happy.
He wasn't, and he wasn't going to give it up without a fight. Talk us through your race, though. I mean, Phoenix is a very tough track. It's obviously an oddly shaped circuit, especially if you run the dogleg version where you can actually cut the first corner. But talk us through your race and talk us through how you approached racing at Phoenix tonight and how you're now going to approach the last 2 rounds after you've gained some good points over both Chop and Jack in this championship fight.
Yeah, no, I hate the place. I absolutely hate it. And it was going to be interesting if there were a lot of green flag stops too, because you cut the pit exit. And it happened a couple of times in practice, and I thought, oh, we can have some wreck fest here. But no, I really didn't try and save tyres. I just ran as flat as I could through here. I knew there was going to be a few cautions. I knew there'd probably be a caution towards the end, so I could get some tyres. And yeah, got a couple of good restarts towards the end there.
Well, it paid off really well for you. You gained points over 2 of your 3 rivals. Obviously, one of them is your teammate Kurt. I've got no idea how he managed to get up to P2. He lost his front end and ended up back in P11 at one stage. He missed his pit box in pit lane, and somehow he still found himself in P2 in the end. I don't know how he can keep getting away with this.
He didn't tell me he missed his pit box, but as for the bumper, he was only notified like literally as we were coming around to take the green flag.
Well, I watched him in pit lane, and he had to reverse back because he just missed it. He was just off. So, it was a very interesting night from him. Somehow it paid off for P2. Paid off for you, though, with P3 as well. Solid points on the board. Let us know, David, anyone. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be after that. You beat Chop, you beat Jack. They're the 2 drivers you really needed to focus on beating, because you'd like it to be between you and Kurt in the end to see who gets the chocolates.
Definitely, yeah.
But let us know, David, who gets you out on track. Anyone you want to give a shout-out to as well. Myself, the other admin, and then the rest of the league. Congratulations on your P3 here this evening.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to thank Outlier Speed Shop, CC Forge, Cataclysm, Simrigs, and all the guys at Project 36. I think this is my first podium for them since I've been in the team. So, yeah, pretty happy about that.
Well, I'm glad we could be the place that you got it, David. But best of luck next week out at Echo Park in Atlanta. We look forward to seeing how you go. And if we don't get a chance to speak to you, best of luck at Daytona the week after in the final round.
Oh, I like Atlanta too. Yeah, thanks, mate. You do a great job too.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Next up, we have our P2 on the road here this evening. Now officially called, thanks to the blessing of Brendan Griffiths, Kurt Chokin. But Kurt, you didn't choke it here tonight somehow. You missed the pit box and had to back during the pit stop, but you came up trumps and finished P2. How in the hell did you pull that off?
Look, I've been learning some things over the course of this season, and one of those is you can sort of kind of overtake people on the restart on the outside. So
Wow.
every time we've had a restart, I've just gunned it around the outside and made a few spots and made a few more spots and yeah, worked my way back up there into a competitive position to contest for the podium and come away with one.
Well, you snuck your way in and got yourself a solid result, beating all three of your close championship rivals, David Lawler, Chop Tomlin, and Jack Anderson. Crucially now, this is some solid points on the board for you, some solid points gained back as well. Next week at Echo Park for Atlanta, what do you think the game plan is going to need to be to try and beat them again and put yourself at the top of the championship standings?
It'll probably be round about the same thing. You know, screw me head on and think of ways I can work back what I've lost, or keep myself up there. I know I'm definitely not the fastest guy on the track, that's for sure, and it's about finding the other ways to get past your rivals, I guess.
Sometimes you got to be creative in those strategy plays and how you approach these racetracks as well. But Kurt, a phenomenal race from yourself, fantastic effort. Somehow we thought at one point you were going to be at the back of the field because of the lack of front bar, but somehow you ended up at the end of the race to be up in P2. So that's a fantastic effort from yourself. Let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to, anyone who may be watching and supporting you as well. For myself, the other admin and the rest of the league, congratulations on your P2 here this evening out at Phoenix International Raceway.
Sweet, thank you. There was a bit of a story about that front bar. I didn't get told about it until we were going green.
David said that you didn't know until you went green. And it's like, well, that's helpful.
No, I know I ran into someone before the caution, and then as we're going green, someone yells out, "You got no front bumper."
They picked the right time to tell you, didn't they?
Yeah, there's not much you can do there, but yeah, we worked around it. Anyway, thank you to the boys at Project 36, supported by CC Forge, Cataclysm Computers, Shockworks, and Simrigs.com.
Well, Kurt, a fantastic effort from yourself here tonight. Best of luck at Echo Park next week in Atlanta, and if we don't get a chance to speak to you, best of luck at Daytona in the final round the week after.
Sweet. Thank you, mate.
Thank you. And finally here tonight, the ever so dominant race winner here at Phoenix, hailing from the Sahara Desert, it is the Giraffe, Jack Michelson. Jacko, dominance as always. You didn't speed into pit lane on this attempt at the Rod Dot Cup. That managed you to come out trumps as a race winner tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you, Hamish. It's good to be talking to you, especially the second race I've done in this series. The first one obviously didn't go to plan, but tonight was much more of a better story and a fairy tale to try and top it off. So, yeah, it was a good night.
Well, of course, it wasn't just that you led. I think you led every single lap, actually, barring maybe a few when there was a car that hadn't pit since like lap 3 they came past you. Relatively speaking, you were the projected race leader the whole time. We even went into overtime, went 86 laps in the end, and you still led the majority of the laps as well. Weren't really challenged out there tonight, though. How well did you click with this track? Because obviously it's a bit tougher. It's a different sort of layout. Obviously it has the dog leg, and it's kind of an awkward shape, an awkward approach to it. How did you find it, and how did you feel in this car track combination going racing here at Phoenix?
I actually really enjoyed it, and it's been a long time since I've been in the actual ARCA car, the Camry, so it was good to get back in my seat. I really clicked with it pretty quickly, like I'd done a full race run in my practice earlier and felt comfortable and kind of knew what I had to do in my race to kind of stay out of trouble and the pace that I could hold. In terms of the track itself, I really like Phoenix. The unique layout kind of helps. Obviously, from a road background for me, there's a lot of different kind of lines you can take, and some work better than others. It's not your conventional oval. So, yeah, both car and track both clicked for me, and yeah, I was pretty happy with the outcome.
Well, speaking of ovals that click with you, we head out to Echo Park in Atlanta next week, where I know you've had a little bit of success in the officials. How are you feeling heading out to that track? Well, A, are you actually going to be able to race? And B, if you do race, are you feeling confident heading out to that track that you can maybe make it 2 in a row?
Absolutely. Not away for work, which is good. So at this point in time, we should be making an appearance next week, which should be good fun. I know obviously it's coming into crunch time for the championship, and I'm obviously well outside the picture, only being my second round tonight. But Atlanta itself is a cool track. I reckon it'll be a lot of fun in these cars in terms of the side-by-side racing and the overall show that it'll put on. So it should be a good race, and looking forward to it.
Well, hopefully we get similar numbers to what we got tonight, if not more, because that should make the racing even better next week at Echo Park. But Jacko, massive congratulations to you on your first win of the season. I said that you took a big gulp of points running that 7-Eleven livery. But no, you took home some great points tonight, maximum points for you, and a fantastic effort. So let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to, anyone who may be watching, and other than that, from myself, the rest of the admin and the rest of the league, congratulations on the race win here at Phoenix.
Thank you very much. Big shout out to Jacko and everyone that puts on this league. It's an awesome thing to be involved with, and a lot of good fun, a lot of good mates that have a bit of racing fun. And to yourself as well for doing the broadcast. It's much appreciated. To everyone that tunes in and watches, thank you for supporting it. And sim rigs have helped me out quite a lot. And that's basically me. So, but thank you to everyone for being a part of it.
No worries, Jacko. Best of luck next week at Echo Park. Looking forward to seeing how you go. And if for whatever reason we don't get a chance to chat to you post-race next week, best of luck at Daytona the week after if you're able to make it on track.
Thank you, mate. All the best.
No worries, you too. That will bring an end, though, to our broadcast here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Another race of halves, it seems, here at Phoenix. First half of the race, pretty tidy. Second half of the race, a lot of cautions. But that throws some spanners in the work, doesn't it? So it's, it was a fun time out on track, of course. Massive shout out, though, has to go to all of our series sponsors, including VRS, who've come on board as the Porsche Cup Series title sponsor this year. Massive thank you to those guys for the support they've given us. Infinity Broadcasting, well, if you're watching over on Twitch, hit the follow button. If you're watching here on YouTube, hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing here on the channel. Across the weekend, we've got so much racing coming your way. Tomorrow night, Saturday evening, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we go racing with the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans action for Season 24, Round 8 out at the Bend for the Split 2 action of this weekend coming your way as well. And then Monday night, it'll be myself, Scott Campbell, in the booth for that one on Saturday. Monday night, myself and Brenton O'Brien bring you the action of the final round of the VRS Porsche Cup Series, where Simon Mazzomo looks to go back-to-back as the champion of the Porsche Cups. But he's got a heavy challenge ahead of him in Sam Muir, who leads the championship at this stage of the season. That'll be held out at Belle Isle on Monday night, 7:50 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And as well to SPP Graphics, if you want to get your dirt bike looking as sexy as possible before you inevitably cover it in mud or hit it with a tree, then send SPP Graphics a message over on Facebook. Johnny will get you sorted in getting your bike looking as sexy as possible. If you want to get your sim racing car looking as sexy as possible, send myself, Hamish Munro, a message over on Discord by way of Blackheart Designs. If any of your needs for iRacing liveries to get you looking as sexy as possible before you end up in the wall or rolled over, then send me a message. You can also send me a message there for any inquiries regarding Infinity Broadcasting as well. But I've been Hamish Munro. This has been the IRWC Rod Knock Cup for Round 8 of Season 1 out at Phoenix International Raceway. We'll see you guys next week when we go racing out at Echo Park in Atlanta. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.